I hope everybody's doing okay. Today, I want to talk about a little bit of everything. You know, uh, I haven't been on for the last like 2 days because you kind of get down sometimes, and I though the weather's beautiful today, especially mm, being alone is being alone. So I come to you today doing what's called batch cooking. Get this there, batch cooking. I do a combination. If you look, they're frozen vegetables I'm doing tonight. And the combination of uh, carrots and broccoli and cauliflower and then zucchini and squash. It's, I guess, a Normandy blend, but you get the big bags. And the Copper Chef is big. I mean, you could use one of those rounded, big bowls, big pots, but I like this one. It cooks evenly and does a good job with everything. And then I add Himalayan pink sea salt and some coconut oil. And then I season it with things like oregano and and parsley and a garlic blend. And I chop up basically onions and garlic. And I cook it up and I make it softer. I don't like it too hard. So that's basically it. And I eat that, I guess, lasts me like 4 days, 5 days, depending on how many servings I do. I got my fruit. You kind of get fruits when they're on sale because it's more economical. Unfortunately, when you're eating healthy, not everything has to be organic, but it's good if you can get organic. But you get what you can get, and when there's sales, that's great. I mean, I get the grass-fed beef when there's a sale, but for the most part, I could do hamburger meat too. This time I put in chicken that I had in the freezer. I got to stock up with more because my freezer is very bare. But this, unfortunately, going healthy to the extreme, depending on what's going on with your body, uh, can run more expensive than your normal shopping when you do the box goods. And I found actually organic things that aren't too expensive since I've been doing this for the last year. And it depends where you go to. Like Aldi's is fantastic for prices, but Stop and Shop and ShopRite have those times too. It just depends on what sale you're taking advantage of. So, um, so between that, I do supplements, but I'm trying to lower them a little bit. I know there's certain ones I need. Your vitamin D3, um, vitamin E, which is good for, my autoimmunity, Hashimoto's. But I'm also taking Damascus Earth. It's a food grade Damascus Earth. I take it in the morning and at night. You have to work your way up to that from 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon. You could take it like once a day to start. And it's supposed to correct the things in your gut, from what I've read and what I've seen on conferences. So I thought I'd take a chance on it. You can sprinkle it even in kids' food, dogs' food, because it's food grade. You can actually use it also for pest control, like fleas. You can actually put on your dog as well as on the carpet and leave for 24 hours and then vacuum it up. It actually works beautifully. You can put on soil outside, soil inside. Still good. Vitamins and minerals are always good for plants. Um, so I've started that with water and in with coffee too, which isn't bad. It's got a little bit of a chalk, a little bit of a crunch, but it's not bad. It's chopped up very fine, so it looks like a powder, but you can tell the texture, but it's not bothersome. You don't really taste it. It's a little bit chalky, but it's not bad. So what I've noticed though, because it's supposed to help you with elimination. So if you have a constipation problem, or a diarrhea problem, it brings it to a happy medium back to where it should be, or it's supposed to. Well, I'm noticing that slowly but surely things are working a little better, though my body has a delay. So this has also been happening with that too, that it just builds up and then needs to come out basically. So, but it's a better quality. And even with my colon resection, there's a little scar tissue in my colon, and I felt it like almost rolling. That was almost like not a blockage, but just a rolling effect, and that's common for scar tissue. And I don't have that anymore. So I don't know. Maybe it's that godsend I needed on top of everything else. But it's supposed to reverse damage or reverse problems. I don't know how much damage it can reverse, but as far as problems with digestion, it's supposed to reset you almost. So it's silica, which is very good for your body, which you're supposed to produce. It's also good for hair, skin, and nails. And it's got a lot of benefits. And basically, the food grade is pretty cheap on Amazon to buy 5 pounds of it, and it comes quick. So I'm taking it to see what happens, to see if everything can get into a better balance. And so far, so good. It's very comparable to a digestive enzyme as far as breaking down food and helping your gut and your colon move everything along. So, and so far it's been interesting. As far as sleep goes, my sleep is a little bit calmer, but it depends. I have to watch the times I go to bed. I have to watch, there are little things that what you need to do to bring yourself down. And I've been very slack on that. But like last night, I slept pretty well. Um, and I've been a little stirry. But even my dog, it's so funny because he was eating milk bones a lot for his treat, and I think he had a wheat sensitivity because once I stopped that, because he was like, hated thunderstorms, hated, and I didn't know why the heck this was like conjuring up and getting so bad. And now with it stopped, it seems that when rainstorms, he'll actually go out and go to the bathroom, which was, he would freak out even for normal rain. So I have to see when we have a thunderstorm again. But last time we had a thunderstorm, he stayed close to me, cuddled a little bit with me, and slept. But again, we didn't have that hard of thunder, so I don't know if he'll freak with that noise or if it's going to calm. But it's interesting because even with humans, we have agitation, we have depression, we have anxiety. So it does fuel what goes on with our feelings and our overall person. In between inflammation alone, yeah, but it's brain inflammation. So people who don't have brain injuries is like have a brain injury. People who do have brain injuries, you get more brain fog. You get more of an effect. So it's very interesting to see that, just noticing my dog, to really see the effects. It's hard for me to see mine, though I can feel it. But seeing in the dog, I was like, wow. But even agitation I was having, holding, just waiting for that bowel movement to come, um, that's gone. So I'm just like, okay. So I don't know if it's a real healer for everybody and for me, but it so far so good. So I'll just keep taking it. It's you do 90 days for a detox, 10 days on, 10 days off. Um, and like I said, you build up to 2 times a day and build up to 1 tablespoon from a teaspoon. You never know. It could happen, or some people don't have much of a reaction, so it just all depends on the body. So I just want to give that little tip, just in case you're trying to get healthy but you don't know exactly how to do it. It's very simple. I mean, I use the premise of all paleo autoimmune, but it is of the earth basically. So you have meat and vegetables and fruit, and you want organic, but it doesn't have to be organic, and you can eat throughout the day. I haven't watched portion control. It's healing your body but you can actually feel what you're reacting to after you start this. You go on this for um, up to 30 days, 60 days. It all depends on how bad you're doing. And then you go back to adding food and see, does it affect you? There's a lot of food on this diet. So diet, actually, I don't like calling it diet because it's not really a diet, but I'm finding that slowly but surely I can add more in of the normal foods, but I still have to watch because certain things still affect me or just don't make me feel right. So, but no, you get your balance. So, and drink the water. The water has to go in, and I'm not very good at that. So, lots of water. Green coffee is actually very good too. That cleans you out. But normal coffee is fine too. I do black. Um, so, and teas, green tea, oolong tea, black tea, sage tea. There's so many different kinds of teas you can get to help you. Dandelion root, though, can be a detox. It just, there's a problem sometimes with certain medications. So you always want to check that because that's a little more potent and that cleans the liver as a detox. So it depends on what you want to do. This Damascus earth doesn't interact with anything and it is a detox too. So it's something to keep in mind. I mean, I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you feel your body just is not responding, it also helps with parasites and all the little boogies in the stomach. So it's something. So I never had a parasite, thank God. But who knows what else can happen. So I just wanted to share and give you that just in case that can get you on the road to start something. Paleo-autoimmune is fantastic for elimination. Most of the doctors that are holistic and they use this as a springboard that I've read and heard. So, but it's very simple and very plain. But you know, with most of these diets, even if you do plain paleo or what's the other one? Ketogenic or like that. You know they want you to have the fat. You know people are so scared of fat, but butter, as long as it's pure, that's fine. You don't have to have organic. You can get the plain butter after a while, but you want to clean your body. And I use a lot of coconut oil and olive oil, but coconut oil is my go-to. You can use coconut oil for so many things. So, but you need a organic, a cold pressed one that works very well. So, but you just match your disease or autoimmune or just problem. You can find anything on the internet, which is fantastic. So, anyway, you have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.